It's mailbag time here at Chat Sports. All the questions coming in from our live audience. So if you want your questions on the show, go ahead and subscribe. That way you don't miss out in the future. From Lissa Tatum, do you think Miami trades Preston Williams? Maybe. Preston Williams, I think, might have some value. Now, there are some injury concerns over the years with Preston Williams as well. He's got great size. I don't think he's going to be really anything more than maybe a receiver 3 or 4 on this Dolphins roster, at least in the short term. So if there's interest, would help you clear up a roster spot for Will Fuller. I lean towards no, they don't, but I think there is a possibility of it. So in terms of the often unrealistic names mentioned for trades, I think Preston Williams is actually a good one to discuss. From Al Hall, if the Dolphins don't trade for Deshaun Watson now, could they at the NFL trade deadline? What is Deshaun Watson's legal issues and how is Tua playing? If Tua's playing great, this is not a conversation, and I think it won't be one at trade deadline anyway because I don't think Watson gets cleared. I know the reports are out there around Deshaun Watson and Miami, so I get the question. But if Tua plays great, if he looks like Justin Herbert in the first 5 games this year, they're not going to trade for Deshaun Watson, and that is what Miami wants. Make no mistake about it. So, in the end, because of all the issues Deshaun is facing off the field, I have a tough time seeing him actually getting traded this year. But what do you guys think? Will Deshaun Watson be traded before the end of the NFL regular season? Type Y for yes or type an N for no. From Caleb Edelman, Super Bowl winners for 2021. The Chiefs take down Chiefs take down the Packers as the Aaron Rodgers revenge tour comes up just a little bit short. I don't mind the Bills. I don't mind the Browns out of the AFC. In the NFC, I don't think the Bucs make it back, but who knows? It's Tom Brady, and we should never, ever, ever bet against him. First up from Yuri, where does Todd Gurley sign? I have no idea. I thought it seemed like the Ravens could make some sense since they brought him in for a visit. I am concerned about Todd Gurley because he did not look very good down the stretch last year. I think at this point, Gurley might wait for an injury. Maybe the Ravens decided that they don't like Tyson Williams that much. They look back at that direction. Dolphins could always be a fit if they run into issues. I think injury-wise, wait and see. You might see Gurley sign if there's any running back injury, which always happens. So injuries happen. You might see guys end up waiting.
What up, Marquise? What's up, Mitchell Renz? Do you see the Green Bay Packers or the Miami Dolphins getting OBJ? And also, I've subscribed. Do I see the Packers or the Dolphins getting OBJ? I'm going to go ahead and say no BJ. Jaime Smirnoff. Can Xavien Howard take Defensive Player of the Year from Donald? I'm going to say no, because if he couldn't do it last year, I don't know when he's ever going to do it. So last season, there's always 50 votes for Defensive Player of the Year. Xavien Howard got 3 of them, and he got 3 of them in a 10-interception season. I don't think he's going to have more than 10 picks this year, so I'm going to go ahead and say no. What up, Panif? Appreciate the question. Who will be Rookie of the Year? Trey Lance, Mac Jones, Zach Wilson? Who will win Defensive Rookie of the Year? In terms of the Offensive Rookie of the Year, I'm going to go ahead and probably just put my money on Trevor Lawrence. It's not the most entertaining way to do it, but I'm probably also going to say Zach Wilson has a chance. Mac Jones obviously does, but Trevor Lawrence is going to go ahead and be my pick. And then in terms of being Defensive Rookie of the Year, it's a pretty good question. Marshall just said Merrick in my ear. No, I mean, the issue is that there weren't a lot of super talented players drafted all that high at the defensive position. Usually, a defensive end wins it. Jalen Phillips is obviously drafted pretty high. Patrick Surtain's a name to throw out there. Jalen Horn is a name to throw out there. So, J.C. Horn, excuse me. But I guess I'm going to go ahead and say Patrick Surtain. What NFL team will surprise people when nobody believes in them? So, a surprise NFL team that nobody believes in. I don't know if the Patriots are on that list, but I can see that defense being super legit. I might just be saying this because I'm a Raider fan, but I also think the Broncos could also be a big-time surprise team with Teddy Bridgewater. The Washington football team, yes, they won the division, but they were 7-9 last year. And then, I don't know if the 49ers are up there, but that defense is scary, scary good. What up, Noah? Who do you think will be comeback player of the year? It's Dak Prescott, and if I had to say, all right, I can't pick Dak Prescott, maybe I go with somebody like Christian McCaffrey, maybe, I don't know, Saquon Barkley as well. Noah Dye, will Matthew Stafford be offensive player of the year? You know, it's really hard to be able to predict the future, but if there is one thing I can confidently say, no, Matthew Stafford is not going to win offensive player of the year. I just can't imagine a world where that happens. Anish, what NFL team that didn't make the playoffs last year will make it this year, and what team that made the playoffs last year will miss the playoffs this year? Okay, fair enough. I'm going to go ahead and say, a sneaky team could be the 49ers. If that quarterback room can just be decent, that could be a team that ends up making it. And then a team that made the playoffs that I don't think makes it this year is the Indianapolis Colts. I just don't have a lot of confidence in Carson Wentz. Also, a lot of injuries to that offensive line. They're going to not have T.Y. Hilton for a little bit. So making the playoffs could be the 49ers. Missing the playoffs, I'm going to go ahead and say the Indianapolis Colts. We got Tom Downey's actual account. Who will be the first head coach to not last this season? So basically the first head coach that's going to end up getting fired. Great question. Oh boy, I'm going to go ahead and say there's a part of me that wonders if Matt Nagy would be on that list, where I don't know if the scenario is the Bears are just absolutely just terrible. That could be a scenario. You know what? I'm going to go that route there. That's going to be my route. Matt Nagy. Alize, rank your top 5 running backs this year. I'm going to go ahead and say, actually, before I get this one in, use hashtag NFL or Super Chat to get your questions on the show. My top 5 running backs probably are some orders: Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara. And then if you're just talking about talent, I think Barkley deserves to be up there, but I'm going to go ahead and say Nick Chubb. Now, if you guys want to go ahead and give me a follow on Instagram, you can do it at MitchellRenz365. If you want to see Marshall Green's Nick Chubb, go ahead and give him a follow on his OnlyFans at MarshallGreen_. If I missed your question here on today's show, seriously, hit me up. We're always taking questions. But if you want to follow Marshall on Twitter, it's a lot better than going ahead and submitting money to his OnlyFans. Either way, it's at MarshallGreen_.